That's your ultimate detriment to it.
Come on, dude. No. That's the thing. You know, they don't want to enforce here or hold up there in the bargain there.
It's an emergency meeting at City Hall.
Emergency meeting?
Yeah, that's what it says right here. See? Emergency meeting.
Let's see. Yeah.
What about that? City Hall.
You can tell them it's changed. Shut up! What the fuck is your problem? Hey, people shit out of their hands and shit! That shit goes in your belly, motherfucker!
Check it later.
On your damn head! Hey, they taking a picture?
How fucking my fuck picture!
You hear that?
What?
Better, you take my picture, better give me $1.
Chill.
He's laughing.
You get a picture of all this stuff?
Who are you guys with?
Ourselves.
Portland.
No problem. You don't need the mask.
You really don't.
No, we
What do you
need
mean?
it for-
Atlanta got a TB case,
There's a tuberculosis
and now it's widespread
case.
through Atlanta.
Yes, we do need this. This is out of protection for ourselves.
Well, where was the
Atlanta got a TB case, and now they're closing it down.
Okay,
Okay.
so
That's a long ways away from Portland.
Well, the protesters are going everywhere, and with there's so much diversity and not enough people go and saying who can be here and who cannot. So there's lots of criminals, there's lots of drugs, and
Why
there's lots
should we
of.
adopt the same rules?
No, but the
There
thing
isn't
is
any
that there's
rules.
still. Why would this place be any safer than Atlanta?
Right.
because we
There
made it. It made it. Yes, we do have.
But you don't have any closed doors, entrance, or
There's-
So what?
Well, then you're gonna have
So how do you
criminals
know
and
a
thugs
person
and
is-
Wait a minute. What I'm trying to say.
These people feed 1,500 meals a day.
to criminals and homeless.
Whoa!
They are serving everybody. I'm sorry.
Excuse me,
No,
what's
that
wrong with
statement's
serving?
wrong.
Hold on.
Gentlemen.
I'm an advocate.
Gentlemen.
Being homeless is not a
That's
criminal.
wrong.
I've been homeless. I've been homeless, and I live in Ashland on the street, so I understand about it.
What's wrong about being
Well,
homeless?
The point is not that whether or not
I've
something's
been
right or wrong. It
homeless.
takes
I lived
one
in
TB
Ashland on the
case.
street. I've panhandled.
I understand that, but why did you lump the criminals and homeless
They
together?
are here. We didn't lump them
Even
here.
if they're not, what's wrong with me wearing it?
It's not
You're fair.
fair.
You're buying into
It's
fear.
not.
I'm saying,
No, there's a difference
you've got
between fear
gaps in
and
your
fact.
sheet.
You know what?
Fact.
The mask
It
is a
isn't
fear.
here yet. It has been proven.
Well,
All
I'd like to
this is
protect myself from any potential
It's hearsay.
diseases or. Well,
It's hearsay.
What's hearsay?
What's hearsay?
Hearsay is rumors.
You have a right to wear a mask.
Thank you.
Yes, you have the right.
Thank you. I love Portland for
Everybody
that.
else has the right not to if they don't want to.
You don't have to. Nobody came here soliciting.
good man.
Wait, no, nobody came here soliciting that you should wear masks. Nobody said that.
If you're really concerned, go
You really, but
wrong.
They're surging.
This movement is not just for homeless and people like that. It's for everybody.
I'm not your enemy, sir.
Yeah, the statement you made.
No, but the statements that you make.
The statement
How is
that
it
you
an
made
enemy
was
statement?
Look, I understand that you're suffering and you have a lot of pain. I can see from your look.
Wait a minute. Do you,
my problem.
what pain do you think I'm suffering?
Well, I see it in your face.
What pain? What pain?
Well, your face is quivering and you seem really hostile. And
I'm not hostile.
you got a lot of anxiety.
I'm not hostile. For one thing is I made sure he got back. I'm not
If
hostile.
you provoke hostility from people, you're
I'm not
going to get
looking for
hostile.
hostility.
But you
No,
are
you're
by.
sure finding it, aren't you?
But the thing
Think about
is
that.
I'm
but
in a
you're
public park too.
but you're coming into it. You're feeding on fear.
I'm not feeding on fear. I'm going in here and doing the exact same thing that I did from the very beginning, which is document this.
Under a hospice of fear.
Well, if that's what you believe, sir, that's your beliefs, and you're opposing your beliefs on mine.
No, I'm not. Did I tell you?
I didn't tell you that I was in fear. Did I tell you that you should be fearful?
No, I'm just.
I'm sorry that you're angry, ma'am. Shut up.
A TB case.
I hope you find happiness and peace.
A TB case in Atlanta makes you fearful that you're gonna get it
I
here.
got one question
I'm just
and
being
I'm going to leave.
preventative.
No, you're.
Is it a crime to be homeless?
No.
No one has said anything of this such.
I'm angry. Yeah, I am
Why?
angry.
You're angry.
Okay.
I'm
fine.
angry about losing $6 in my income in 3 years. I'm sick and tired of the fat cats and the media that's portraying this thing. Yeah, there are problems here. Of course there are. In any movement, there are going to be problems.
I agree with that.
But if this place was so unsafe, why are more and more people walking through that have nothing to do with it?
Wait. Try going this way. You get your chance to say what your thought is. What change would come from this movement?
It's so big. You got to understand. I mean, my whole standpoint is to bring this past and get the other 98% of the people involved. I got so many people
involved. How?
But then do
change
what?
things.
How are they? What are they going to change? It has to start with the first change. What's the first change?
Oh, dude,
Just name one. One change.
Yeah. I mean, it's just,
corporate fucking accountability.
Okay,
what?
so how would you corporate accountability?
Whoa,
One thing in the corporate world.
wait.
One thing.
I'm just like, there's
I
a lot.
understand.
There's a lot.
You've got to understand one thing. This movement equate corporations as a marathon runner. Occupied movement has just woken up, got angry enough, and said enough is enough. We are in our crawling stages. So asking specifically for.
Okay, I'll feed you one thing. Here's my one demand. Take any one of the congressmen that has approved the legislation that led to the unregulation of the banking industry and run them up and remove them from office. One person. Now name one person. It doesn't take money. It just takes a movement just like this. As long as you pick a person, you're right.
But how are we gonna go? How are you gonna fight somebody?
No, we got our own. Thank you.
I donated them. They're from Lake Oswego. They're from a hospital.
But the thing is how you're going up against an entrenched bureaucracy.
I understand your fear that nothing will happen from them, but I'm saying make a statement. Because here's the problem: if you make no statement, you have no place of free speech.
Really?
No, that's garbage.
Why
I don't
not?
have a statement. I don't have a right to freedom of speech.
What is the name the First Amendment? Read it to me or say it to me.
Freedom of speech.
No. It's you have the freedom to address your grievances with the government. If you have no grievances with the government, then
I have a big grievance.
Yeah. Okay. What is it now? Read the thing.
I understand that. But tell me how we're supposed to go up against a political process that's going to spend upwards of almost $1 billion in the 2012 election.
Here's the proof.
Tell me
how many people got moved by Occupy? How many people are moved by Occupy nationwide?
A hell of a lot.
How much money did that cost?
69. You know what? 69% of the United States. You know how much the city of Portland has spent on this so far? $300,000. Do you know that PGE Park? Excuse me. I'm sorry if I'm spraying on you.
That's all right.
Please forgive me.
That's why we're
It's
wearing
not
the mask.
No, that's fine. Whatever. Do you know that it cost multi-millions of dollars to remodel frickin' PGE Park for that soccer team? For what? So the rich can go.
I got all that.
For two businessmen.
$300,000.
So Geldwin, who went bankrupt.
No, our point,
$300,000
the point
versus
that I'm trying to make is that you have all of the stage that you need to have to make change, because you did it with Occupy. You proved that you can do it without money. So now, take the next step. What is the next demand?
But it ain't.
Well, we haven't got to the point where we figure that out yet.
Well, how much time does that take?
But you have
everybody.
As long as it takes.
It's everybody. You got me on.
I mean, you're talking to.
We're prepared to do this for years. It takes everybody.
You got to understand one thing.
But it starts with somebody.
We are crawling, running against the people that are full board running America.
Come to our GA meetings and listen to what we're talking about. Come to all of them.
What about doing your part to make it
just be a part of the solution?
We do our part to make it.
How?
We volunteer our time to community organizations to better the local community.
Organization. Okay. Organization. Boom. There's your key word.
Organization here, it would be spread out all over town.
Organization.
Let's bring it to
Now you can't sweep it under the rug.
Yes.
Now you got to deal with it.
Why
But
haven't
that's
they
what these
helped?
politicians do.
They don't have, they can't help everyone. They help the people they can help. You can't hit everyone. You can't do an organization for 7 trillion people.
Why I should be in housing, okay?
Okay.
And there's somebody to help me.
But that's just one person.
No, it's not. How do you figure I'm one person? I'm a voice of many. I'm a voice of many that are afraid to stand up to these corporate people.
But you're not afraid to stand up. You're here standing up.
Because I feel it's everybody's human right to have home.
That's true, and you're here standing up. All I'm saying is that you, by being here to stand up, proves that you have all the ability to stand up. So that's my only dispute. Stand up. By all freedom. No one is suppressing anyone because you're free to stand up.
To sit here and be on top of me and say, why are you trying to protect yourself?
I like your thoughts.
I just see lots of people around here too, and I don't know if somebody's sick, what they may or may not have.
No, I want to apologize for saying that out of fear, and I respect you, what you have to say, and I am a big enough fan to admit when I'm wrong, and I personally attacked you in that.
True.
Out of anger, and I have the right to feel that you will be safe here and come down here.
Yes.
And I
agree.
respect what you have to say, and I apologize.
I know that, but we don't.
They should have the whole damn
Because what counts is you're down here regardless of how you want.
I don't think that. I think that we all have the ability. We just people are choosing not to take the steps to do it.
Right now, the thing is people don't realize we need to have solutions. But the thing is like I said, we are in we just
on our money.
I get that. And
Since
at
the
the same
50s.
time, there are options that you can take that would be structured that would continue this movement without it going
Find a leader and make it happen.
Please ask me a question.
Find a leader and make it happen. There's no leader.
Okay, when I was a little boy, I sat back and I watched blacks and white people beat the shit out of each other because I experienced the civil rights movement. Okay, and that when I watched that happen, to me it was about blacks and whites. But when I grew up, I found out and discovered it was about everybody. And without acts of civil disobedience, black people would still be drinking from all black fountains, eating in all white restaurants, and getting up and moving to the back of the bus. And that's it. It's always been necessary to induce a change through civil disobedience. That's what this is. Our next step, we're not really 100% sure because we're going to react to how the government reacts. We're going to organically change along with it, and we're going to continue to do what we're doing in an act of civil disobedience until they answer to what's going on. Millions of homes.
But they can't answer.
Millions of
They
homes
can't
being
answer.
stolen
Nobody can answer to what's going on because there's nothing you're asking them to answer for.
Yes, we are.
What?
We're asking people to hold those people, those people responsible. Why is there $700 billion put into a bailout?
Who are the people that are responsible?
Those ones who are all involved in the banks and the AIG.
A name.
Even the SEC.
But then there you got a name. So now take action on a name.
Okay, here's the deal. Bank of America got bailed out.
Ineffectual agencies. It's not about a name. It's ineffectual agencies that do nothing to cover up robberies. The SEC covered up the robberies, okay? The bank robberies, okay? They covered it up. They destroyed documentation.
Now you're in codependency. This is codependency. You refuse to pinpoint the issue. There are people, there are companies.
We're not going to go after individual people. We're going to go after the agencies.
It was by individual people.
I do understand where you're coming from.
Yes, it was, and it's going to go all the way to the president.
But that's an individual person.
That's one of them that's going to get named. If you want somebody named, there you go.
So we go after that.
All the way up to the president. You want a name? There you go. You want a name from the last president? There you go. You want a name from the president before that for the last 30 years? There you go. Those are the names.
Well, there you go. Now that we got the names of the names, what is the movement going to do to actually address the grievances with those individuals specifically?
But the specific individuals have already given a pass.
But okay, so
Bank of America. How many people at Bank of America have been held liable for this vicious housing fraud, the financial fraud? Do you understand
the Bank of America?
Bank of America is also after taking taxpayers' money, turns around and goes, "Oop, we need to pay our freaking employees $2 billion in bonuses."
But didn't Bank of America pay back all the money they borrowed?
That doesn't matter.
Who saw it?
That's our money. Why should?
Yeah, the money went back to the government.
No accountability at all.
But the money all was returned.
And it doesn't matter.
But still, they should have been.
They drove. Okay, you go to explain that to the 5 people that I know are going to lose homes because of this crap.
But why are they losing homes?
Because of foreclosure for shady crap.
But how are they? I mean, okay, so they bought a home.
Money to people who obviously couldn't afford to pay
What about
them back.
the people that borrowed the money?
Then they go to AIG and bet against them that they're not going to make them bet, get it back.
But what? Yeah, but the problem is the Glass-Steagall Act. Okay, so there used to be something called the Glass-Steagall Act. It's not in place anymore, so banks can make investments with like brokers and stuff like that.
On the mortgages, I got that side on that side with the derivatives. But on the mortgages, how does an individual suffer from a bad mortgage?
How does a bad mortgage basically it's put together with a bunch of other mortgages and sold off?
But how does a person become unable to pay the mortgage that they agreed to when they sat down and signed their paperwork?
Because there was also
prime mortgage, and they can crank the rates.
But the person still signs the paper saying, "I agree to this mortgage," and I'm getting money.
Some of those banks can't even produce the original mortgage, but they still steal their homes.
But the person still got the original money to pay for their home. They don't have the
original paperwork to substantiate their move on taking their homes.
If these were such legitimate foreclosures,
it's stealing.
Why are more and more of them actually, the courts are standing up and saying, dude, you're not the originator. You have no proof how you became a holder of it. Therefore,
that I agree with. That I agree with. But the thing is that is not the homeowner, the one who signed the loan, who took the money, who put it against the house, isn't that person responsible at some point?
But I'm not saying that they're not responsible, but not
their responsibility to pay back the mortgage. But is it not the bank's responsibility?
See how good they were at complicating that for everybody?
Give them
no. Here's why.
How good they are for.
Okay, here's the reason.
Whoa, guys, calm down.
Come on, you guys.
Okay, no, I'm trying to.
Come on, let me talk. I let you guys talk. Let me talk.
She's been very patient.
No, I'm just.
Why don't the banks sit up there when they know that these people can't pay this loan back, not grant them the loan?
That's a good point.
Well, because there was legislation.
Because they know that jobs are going to eventually deteriorate, and this job is not going to be here no more because of the way that society is on growing. And the growth thing causes people to lose their jobs, the ability to pay that mortgage back. Okay.
You ever look at mortgage?
And whose fault is it there? It's everybody's fault.
Exactly, it's everyone's fault. Now, with the one
because
little,
everybody is being blinded by saying, "Hey, I'm helping you do this," okay? But I'm really not helping.
But wait, were the banks?
Deceived.
I got a question on the banks. Were the banks not forced to reduce their lending standards to certain neighborhoods?
If they
no,
don't,
but
if
by
they
law,
do not,
by law, they would not receive government protection if they did not pass a handful or a certain percentage of their debt to certain communities that were high-risk communities. Was that not a law passed?
But the rules.
So why was it not?